Okay, so it's content day today and I am filming the entire thing. I'm literally going to take you with me with this little DJI Osmo thing that everyone keeps raving about. So I got on it, I got on the trend, and I'm going to take you through the entire day with me, behind the scenes, and how we produce the content for our clients, how we train them on camera confidence, how we develop their camera confidence, and just what really goes on behind a content creation day. So I'm starting off at home, makeup, breakfast, coffee, and then I'll be heading off into London. So I today have got Dave. So today one of my clients featured in the video is Dave Simonson. He's a property finance broker specialist in development finance. So he doesn't know this yet. That's the funny thing is he doesn't know he's going to be in my behind the scenes video. So I might have to cut this out later if he doesn't agree, but I'm sure he will because he's such a nice guy. So yeah, I hope you enjoy the day, and I also hope that this channel that I now bring to you will give you so much more value because I'm making long form content for the first time. I know I've been a content creator now for 5 years, like professionally as my job. I've done content for 10 years just because I've always enjoyed, being on social media. I don't know why. The older I get, the more I'm like, why? But yeah, basically, I'm now creating long form content for everybody who just wants to have some more home learning content. So if you want to learn as you go, so please do subscribe to this channel. As the YouTubers say, I'm not really much of a YouTuber, but I'm going to give YouTube a go. For anyone who's been following me for a little bit longer will know that I've been using YouTube and Spotify for my podcast, for the Money Honey. But that's been like interview-based podcast. It's completely different to creating vlogs and on-the-go videos and educational videos. So you're going to be seeing a lot more of me on this channel. So do subscribe if you want to learn all things to do with marketing, content, branding, camera confidence, even just like my journey. I'm going to be documenting exactly how I've built my business from scratch. So yeah, sorry, my husband's trying to be careful. He's trying to peacefully have breakfast, bless him, and I'm disturbing him. Anyway, normally breakfast is our sacred time, right? You can drink your coffee, it's not a problem. Yeah, anyway, normally coffee is, coffee is sacred, but breakfast is our sacred time. So I'm going to switch off now. I'm going to go and enjoy my breakfast, and I'll see you on the content shoot. I've literally just had an awful train journey, so delayed, stuck under a tunnel, unable to contact my client to say I'm going to be late, which I'm never late. So annoyed. But yeah, now I just need to try and work out how to get the right train. Bear with, guys, bear with. Right, so today I need to get to Aldgate East so I can get to Fenchurch Street. And this is not my train, so I'm going to be waiting for the next one. So, whilst I'm walking, I'm going to tell you about what happens behind the scenes before the filming day without getting my DJI nicked or my phone, because I hear horror stories in London. I don't know if anyone else has ever experienced that, but I am fully filming in public with a proper stick, like a DJI camera. I know I'm getting stares. I think I just had a beep from someone. But the point is, guys, they're not paying my bills and I'm never going to see them again. So it's really okay. So anyway, I'm on my way to, today, it will be Hampshire Trust Bank. I can't say it. Hampshire Trust Bank, HTB, who will be hosting us. So we're using their offices, which are absolutely stunning. And Dave obviously does quite a bit of business with HTB. So they've kindly let us use their offices. So that's the venue for today. And that's really important because I want the content days to be as cost effective as possible for the client. I don't want them to incur huge amount of costs So we help them try and find venues that are either free or really low cost or outdoors. Oh my gosh, it's so windy. I hope you can hear me. So yeah, that's the beauty of doing partnerships and collaborating with lenders and providers, because they can provide the venue and then we don't have to incur any costs with the client. So that's really good. So today the venue is HTB. I need to try and cross the road safely whilst recording. I think I'm going to give it a go. That's not for me, by the way, that's a bike. So yeah, so basically the venue is there. Now, what happens before the filming day is that Dave and I, so the client and I, would have a content planning session. So yes, we want to be spontaneous and we want to be in the flow on the day, but time is money, guys. Time is precious. So the important thing is to plan in advance, because if you want to be confident, in front of the camera and you want to really make the day productive and you want to get as much as you possibly can out of the day, you need to plan in advance. Sorry. So you need to plan in advance. I've just got to the venue, by the way. Oh, I can see Dave, the videographer, David and Dave chatting to each other. So I'm gonna have to jump in, but yeah, planning session. I'm gonna go through this in a sec.
Yeah, Dave.
Oh.
Cheers.
Nice.
Yeah, this is nice. Very nice. Thank you. Do you guys like a coffee?
Yes, please. Caffeine hit. Yeah. What have we got on the options?
It's a machine, so
yeah. Oh, so you're not a barista?
I'm unfortunately.
Oh.
I used to be a barrister's clerk.
Oh, okay. Slightly different.
Yes, very different. But yeah, what would you like?
Black coffee would be great, please. Yeah.
It's lucky because I talked about occasions like that, yes, and that is where the grannies have a special food.
So we've just arrived at the venue. Like I said, I've been here before with HTB. It's gorgeous, gorgeous venue here in Fenchurch Street. And that would be my first top tip, is that to make this as sustainable as possible. Obviously you can record at home, ideally you've got a nice setup at home, on the go, outside, wherever you want to be. But for our client here today, we're trying to get, some professional shots, we're trying to get like professional footage, we're trying to train him on camera confidence. So we need a nice safe space, so, a nice environment, cozy, comfort. We don't want to be outside all day because it's quite draining and tiring. Also, we don't know what the weather's going to do, if it's too windy or rainy. So yeah, we've chosen this venue today because it's also really relevant for his industry. So part of his strategy, the brand strategy, is that, he's a professional in the finance space and he's got connections and partnerships. And that's what today shows us, the fact that he's collaborating and partnering with HTB. Sorry, I really need to learn how to angle this camera. So yeah, what happens behind the scenes first is what I was telling you about. We do a planning session, like we want to be like spontaneous and we want to go with the flow on the day. However, if you don't plan, you really end up being quite like flaky and unproductive and quite, just vague. So what we've planned in advance is hooks, the key messages, the key points, the key USPs, like the intention for the content plan. And then that way, that decreases your anxiety. A lot of people say that they're really anxious and really nervous about filming on site or filming in front of a camera, but that's probably due to lack of preparation. If you're not prepared, if you're not planning what you're going to say, you're naturally going to feel more nervous. So that's my thing, is planning with the clients in advance, making sure that they know what they want to say, making sure that they've got their content ideas sorted. Then we put that into a spreadsheet. So I create their campaign. So I do like a 3-month campaign. I make sure that we are all clear on like what the next 3 months is going to look like. And I then make sure that the content pieces, here he is, behind the scenes, he's just doing a quick outfit change. Then we just make sure that he's happy with the content, and then we come on site and we start filming. So in advance, we do the research, we do like the keyword research, what are the key messages. We also look at trends and analytics. We look at we've been doing his content for a really long time. So we look at his previous content and the performance of that, can we do better? Which one was best performing, which one did really, really well? How can we do that again? How can we improve? We're always looking at improving and developing his content. So yeah, so today you're going to be seeing what happens behind the scenes and at our beautiful venue today with HTB. Right, Dave, Any words of wisdom before we kick off? You've done these a few times now.
Smash it.
So what do you do to get ready behind the scenes? Like, how do you get ready for a day like this?
Make sure I've got a couple of different change of outfits. Just get in the right frame of mind. Obviously, the more you do, the easier it gets. First one is obviously always more daunting, but we've done three or four of these now, so it becomes a lot easier. So get prepared mentally, be fresh, be clear of all the troubles, and ready to go.
Turn your phone off.
Yeah.
Today is about you. You're working on your business, not in your business.
Yeah, that's very true, but my phone is still on, to be fair.
Yeah, no, we'll give you break times to be able to check in on your clients. And what about the planning session? Because you don't just rock up and turn the camera on. How did you plan, how did we plan the content?
That gets easier. So the first one is always, you don't know what to expect, but obviously as you do more of these, between the period of, doing the last session and the new session, I generally make notes on things that have happened, case studies, so you've got ideas for the content, and then we sit down, on Zoom or whatever, for an hour and a half and go through different ideas. You generally tell me all the things I've done wrong, and then we crack on. But it's good. We've then got the content that we're more prepared, basically.
Yeah, exactly. So he's not lying when I say I'm very honest. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. But what's really good about our planning sessions? Sorry, just really quick. Hi, David.
Hi.
What's really good about our catch-ups before the filming day is that I get to understand what your business has been doing. You've been explaining your case studies, like your ups and downs, and then we can turn that into content. Yeah. So it's more about getting into your head, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And normally it's correcting my wacky ideas into some form of reality that would work from a social media point of view.
Yeah, I mean, I want you to be as natural and I want you to be yourself, but just giving you a formula and a structure that is sustainable, that works, one that you can actually use, The
structure makes a big difference. And I've made a note to copy the same structure so we're more prepared next time.
Yeah, love it. Okay, so we're about to hit record. We're going to get ready. We're going to start with photos, yeah?
Yep.
Nice photos. And I've got a message from his wife.
I changed
that I have to.
Shirt,
no, it's not done. I mean, no. So we've got this ensemble that we're going to get out later. So we're definitely going to get that. But yeah, no, I like it. Let's do a fit check. Let's do a fit check. So this is Dave. Dave, tell us who you are and what you do.
Dave Simonson from Devbrock. I do commercial property funding solutions for property developers, investors and landlords.
Love it.
For me. Okay, great.
That's it, Dave. Maybe put one arm tucked in, like one of the hands tucked in. Perfect. Yeah, that's it. That's nice.
Smile. Pretty good.
Love it.
So we've got loads of seats.
Yeah. This room is really nice. So we can get some seated down. Some seated down.
I've got a bit of moisture.
It's okay. Over here. Yeah. You're good. You're doing great. You're looking great. This one's good. Yeah. So if we can have higher. If we could have you on this chair, please, Dave, and then come right to the edge, because that way it kind of puts your posture up a bit. So if you sit right more on the edge, keep coming to the edge. That's it. And then lean into your knees. So put your elbows on your knees. That's it. I'm just having a look at camera. Yeah, lovely. Oh, that's really nice, Dave. That looks lovely.
Can you see it?
Yeah,
maybe stretch one leg out, so that leg out a bit further. That's it. That's lovely. And then if we can it's just something that happens to shirts. If you lift and tuck it a bit, and then that's it. Oh no, hold on. Let me just fix it. I'm going to have to do some fixing. It's just shirts as always, like that. Look. And then can you just lift that bit? Yeah. Is that how we would have it? Is that out? Yeah, let's have a look. Or should we tuck it in?
I think tuck it in.
Tuck it in, yeah. Tuck it in from here. Just fold it under. And the other one, please, yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, so what we want is you talking to me so that it looks a bit more natural in front of the camera. So you just talk to me about your meeting. Oh, no, you're not supposed to be talking. I asked the question. Otherwise, I'm talking in the video. So why don't you tell me about your recent meeting with Robin and where you're taking Rise Up?
Yeah, so we met yesterday at St Pancras.
Lovely.
Enjoyed some food, and he enjoyed a glass of vino, and I enjoyed it.
Yes.
And we were talking about next steps. We were planning on doing the next workshop in October, and it's really around how do we get more people on our list, and how do we get more.
Say everything you're saying with a nice big smile. Yeah. Like you're really happy to tell me the news. Yeah, go for it. Yeah, so more people on your list.
Yeah, so we want to get more people on our list, talking about how we're going to do marketing, and ultimately, once we've got people going through the festival workshops, what the next plan of action
So
is.
the
how
value
we're gonna
ladder. Yes, love it.
Add value, how we're going to make sure we get people taking the next steps into development.
Yeah.
So that's very exciting for us.
Very exciting, yes.
Next year's looking bright.
But next year's going to be fantastic. It's your year, it's your era. Okay, that was a great shot. Now let's do some shots here where you're leaning over the counter. So let's just put this to one side, like you're leaning like this. Yeah, but this way. Wonderful. No, that way. Yeah. So David's going to come around this way. Sorry, it's just because there's more, like there's that nice blue background. I think that looks really good.
Isn't it?
Oh yeah, that looks amazing.
Perfect, nice big smile.
That looks lovely. Love the shadows, love the colours. You see that pink shirt now looks really nice against that blue background. That's what I was thinking about the colours.
Only wood.
Yes, well, we've got to think of all the finishing touches here. So what we're doing here is taking photos for Dave. He's like Hollywood now. He's ready for Hollywood. He's been through this so many times. But the photos are so that he's got a gallery of pictures every time he wants to post something. He's very busy. He's always working. So he hasn't always got his head in, okay, I need to take a selfie or I need to take some photos. So because he's not naturally always taking photos, although he's very good at selfies with his family, with his son, when he goes out networking, but those are like more the personal brand, spontaneous photos that he'll do on the go. These are more to ensure that he's got a gallery of pictures so that whenever he's ready to post something, he's always got really nice pictures, but he can also use it for media and stuff like that.
Also looking at this sort of somewhere.
Right, so Dave, sorry, if we can just tuck your shirt in and then, that's it, tuck it in and then come much further into the edge. That's it.
A 14-8.
Go again, no problem. So the first hook is a 14-bed HMO has just come to a halt and it is eating into my client's profit.
A 14-bed HMO has just come to a halt and he's eating into his profit.
Excellent. Next bit, as David walks slightly back and you walk slightly towards him, is what we're going to do about it, Dave?
What are we going to do about it?
I want you to say Dave. So he says, what we're going to do? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I want you to, do you remember that storyboard that we did before? It was like, here's what happens when you don't listen to Dave. Do you see what I mean? So let's go. And he says, what are we going to do about it, Dave?
Yeah. So what are we going to do about it, Dave?
Oh, no, you say, he says. So he says, what are we going to do about it, Dave?
Okay. So he says, what are we going to do about it, Dave?
Right, and now as the tripod goes on, so now David's going to tripod it. And you're going to stay where you are, but you're going to come into, so let me show you. So you're going to come into the opposite way around, and you're going to come and be like, tell you what we're going to do about it. So, what did you do? What's the first thing that you did?
What, do I need to say what the problem is?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so the problem is basically building control.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, tell you what let me explain the problem here. So instead of saying, I'll tell you what we're going to do about it, be like, let me explain the problem.
Yeah.
The reason it's come to a halt is because...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fine.
And
I'm saying that there.
Yeah, you're saying it as you lean in.
Yeah, okay.
So, yeah.
Okay.
And maybe put the coffee cup to one side. So it doesn't matter if it makes a noise. You can put the cup down and be like, let me explain what the problem is. Yeah. That's your first hook. And then pause there so that we can compose ourselves and think of the next sentence. We'll break it down, like, as you know, line by line. Yeah. Do you need to frame them up first to see? Yeah. David's going to give you some instructions for how to frame up.
You just want to come to where you give a stop. Is he keeping a coffee cup with him?
Yeah, if you, yes.
Well,
I'll remember.
And then if you take one little step, perfect.
So you're going to come straight into the bench. Yeah.
And
Go.
Let me.
Oh, you want to speak a bit earlier. Sorry. You want to speak a bit earlier because otherwise it's silent. Yeah. As you move.
Yeah.
So let me explain what the problem is.
Yeah. So let me explain what.
Okay. So in this, Dave. Oh, let me just get the script. So in this, Dave, we're going to say the hook is valuations can kill the deal, but and then quickly say, but we managed to get an uplift of £1 million on the GDV.
Yeah. Valuations can kill a deal, but we managed to get an uplift of £1 million on a GDV.
So my client had an £8 million development facility, but the valuer provided. And the valuer was provided with a detailed due diligence pack.
Yeah.
So my client was looking for an £8 million development facility, and we provided the valuer with a very detailed due diligence pack.
However, they still needed comparable evidence and required local and expert knowledge.
However, they still needed comparable evidence and local expert knowledge.
So I swooped in with my contacts.
Yeah. So after reviewing the initial assessment from the valuer, after receiving the initial assessment from the valuer, we swooped in with our contacts.
I swooped in with my contacts. Sorry, so one more time.
Yeah. So after receiving the initial valuation figure from the valuer, we swooped in with my contacts and linked in the valuer with a local expert who could provide them with the comfort of the additional comparables.
As you're seeing on these clips, you can see behind the scenes how I support and guide Dave through his videos. We don't just turn the camera on and expect him to just roll with it, right? We guide him through the hooks, how he's delivering it, his confidence, his tone. You've probably noticed me telling him off a little bit, like saying, like, Dave, come on, like vocalize, speak up. These are the kind of things that people don't pay attention to, right? Like a videographer might not pay attention to that, but me and David, me and Connor, and me and Ben, we know how to make the experience for the client feel really, really comfortable. And that's what decreases anxiety. I think the problem is a lot of people say that they're not confident in front of the camera, but that's probably because they haven't got the experience and the support behind the camera. It's no good. Like, I'm here with a gimbal, David's here with his camera. You know, it's overwhelming. You know, there's lenses looking at you. It's knowing how to talk to it, knowing how to control your breathing, know how to vocalize, knowing how to actually look confident. Because, like, for example, you might have noticed in the clips that we're getting Dave to move, we're getting Dave to stand up, sit down, we're getting him to sit and compose himself properly in front of the camera, you know, really get his seating right, get his outfits right. This all adds to camera confidence. It's not just getting the camera rolling and just speaking in front of it. It's all these little elements that he's learning over time and he's getting more comfortable with it. So yeah, that's what happens behind the scenes. Also, you would have noticed that I'm using my phone. On here, I've got my scripts, as you can see. So we don't have a teleprompter, that's the thing. So many people, unless they are experienced news reporters, right, they don't know how to read a teleprompter because it looks like they're reading. So I act as the human teleprompter. So what we do is I've got all his content that we planned on my phone. And then what I do is I read it out to him line by line, just one sentence at a time. Now, what that helps him do is digest the information, and he's able to then deliver that line with confidence. You'll notice that sometimes he stumbles over his words, and so I catch him in that moment and say, right, let's go again. But it doesn't mean his video starts from the beginning, and that's what most people get wrong, is they try and do a one-hit wonder. They try and do it all in one take, but actually that ends up becoming more challenging because it sounds slurred, rushed, you miss the punchlines, but also if you get it wrong, you have to start all over again. So my top tip would be break it down sentence by sentence. We start off with the hook, like get the hook right, get that in front of the camera. Then we we go into like, what's the problem? What are we addressing here? What's the solution and what's the call to action? So that's how we structure it, which is why it makes the video more smooth and more like easy to remember, basically. So we're out now. We are looking for a new spot to take. What? We found something? Right, we're gonna go around there. Basically, just to change things up a bit, make it look a bit different. We're just trying to do some walking and talking outside rather than just sitting in the office the whole time. We are now up to 16 videos. We got 4 more to go. So Dave is coming out of this today with 20 videos, which he has nailed, according to my clock. He has nailed this in like 3 hours. So yeah, 3 hours, 20 videos. Some people, you know, like without the preparation, the planning, the coaching, can take 3 hours to just record 1 video. So yeah, super happy to make this day so productive.
About deals that I've got my pipeline and where they're pushing side is what the standards is, particularly sounds they would consider stretch facility, which
So as you can see, Dave is filming in public, and that's not easy, guys. Like, I totally respect Dave for you know, taking the courage and really kind of just ignoring the noise outside. You know, there's people walking past us, watching, you know, but look at him, he's taking it in his stride. We're trying to be as less disruptive as possible, but obviously people don't want to be filmed, so we're trying to be as careful as we possibly can. We've got noise to deal with, but you know, he's taking it in his stride. Okay, so I'm at the gym. That's literally been such a productive day. I've even managed to get back home in time to come for a double gym sesh. Not that I feel like it, I'll be honest. I'm very tired because you can probably hear it from my throat. I'm giving 200% at these content days because I've got to say everything the client has to say. So I'm like dictating, you know, I'm their teleprompter, but then I'm also giving coaching and guidance, and I'm like, no, do this, no, do that. So my voice is like quadruple the amount. Like, I use it probably 4 times more than the client has to use it. Even though the client obviously is just as tired, you know, it's a draining but exciting day. You know, it's a lot of energy, but yeah, usually after days like this, I usually have an admin day at home after, where I have maybe just online meetings, hair scraped back in a bun, like do not expect any glamour. But tomorrow, it just so happens that I have a podcast recording day. So I'm going to be doing, online podcasts. But hey, I've got to squeeze it in. I've had quite a lot of time off lately because of holidays and bereavement time and stuff like that. But I'm on it. I'm here. I'm at the gym. I've got a PT session. And then I've got a core and conditioning. So basically it's 1 hour of like strength training, and then an hour of, well, it's probably more like 40 minutes of like cardio and ab workouts and stuff like that. So anyway, probably best to recap. Shall we recap how the day goes? So a nice summary of everything that happens on a content day. First of all, let's discover and explore why. Now, I don't believe you need a professional videographer to follow you around everywhere you go. In fact, all your content should not be professionally recorded. If you're using it for like Instagram, TikTok especially, LinkedIn, you want raw, candid content. Okay, so why do I even have a job, right? Why do I have a filming crew? And because it's not as easy to just open your phone, right? Everyone's got a videographer in their pocket. Like this is my phone, and this goes everywhere with me. So I've got a filming crew following me around 24/7 if I wanted to. And I do use my phone a lot, right? I now find it more natural to just open the camera and record myself. Yes, that is true. But my clients come to me because they don't find that easy. You know, they find it awkward, uncomfortable, time consuming, and they don't want shoddy work. They don't want it to look naff, right? So the reason they book a content day is because we're training them. So yes, they do get slick content off the back of it. They do get cool content, but they're not primarily booking it because it looks cool. They're primarily, the number one reason that they book it is because they want the training and they want the coaching. So that's number one. Number two is the productivity aspect, is that I am able in a short space of time to get them more content than they would be able to do on their own. So time is money. So my clients are too busy to faff around with editing and camera and like filming and scripting. Like they haven't got the time to do that. They just want to show up, get it done. So again, a content day is really productive from the perspective of you're not doing it all on your own, so you're delegating, and that's actually saving you time. So that's the second reason. The third reason is the professionalism, is that it looks slick. So obviously your camera phone can do so much, but obviously when you have a nice professional camera and a nice team, you get that extra level. So it's not about the fact that we believe that content should all be slick. Because look at me. I'm literally sat in my car. It's not professional. It's not, I'm enjoying using this DJI Osmo thing. This Pocket Osmo. I love it. But how many of you have bought it and done nothing with it? Right. And you know what? Some of my clients bought this Osmo. And then I was like, well, you've had a phone in your pocket for all your life and you've never used it. You're not yet equipped, or it doesn't come naturally to you to record content. So you can have all the gear, but if you're not taking action, what is the point? Like, you need to be taking action and you need to be practicing. So yeah, for us, the content days is about getting it done. It's about action and productivity. So yeah, that's why people book. Now, what happens usually on a content day? Well, you've just seen it, right? The only thing you haven't seen is what happens behind the scenes, where me and my client are usually having an online meeting on Zoom or Teams. Now, what happens there? Okay, this is what I wanted to explain. If you were to book a videographer for Monday, right? They can't just rock up with a camera and say, where do you want me? What do you want to do? You have to have a strategy. So my clients don't book the content day unless they've had some coaching beforehand. So with Dave in particular today, we've been working together for like 16 months now. Definitely a year, because he's been in business for about 2 years. I met him when he was about 16 months into his business. Now, we've been working for a long time together, and it didn't just start in front of the camera. In fact, before spending any time in front of the camera, we spent quite a bit of time online on weekly coaching sessions. I pulled apart his socials. I did an MOT. I reviewed all his profiles. I reviewed his content. I gave him feedback on the pros and cons of what he was doing. He was already quite well trained from other well-known LinkedIn specialists and personal branding specialists, but something was missing, and he came to myself to get that gap filled. So even though he's used other people, he's used them for a very short period of time, and then we've stuck it out for quite a long time, because I've been able to not just coach him, but to actually do the done for you bit as well. So there's many coaches out there that will just tell you, just post it, just post this, just post that. And then you're there like, well, yeah, you look great. You look natural, but I don't know what I'm doing. So that's where we fill the gap, is we are the ones that end up delivering and executing the plan. So before filming days, Dave and I and many of my clients, on a one-to-one basis, I redesign the strategy, I redesign the plan, I do the market research, I do the data analysis, and I then design a campaign and a blueprint that will work for their business. It's all bespoke, it's all tailored and tailored around them. It's not a course that I've designed. I'm like, here you go, apply this to what you do. That's something else. That's something different. But this is bespoke, one-to-one, done for you service. This is putting together the strategy and the plan and then delivering it and executing it. So I've not just done content days for Dave. I've helped him start a new business. I've helped him put together like a sales and business development strategy. I've helped him put together ideas for his networking. I've introduced him to potential clients. So it's not just, hey, let's rock up with a camera and do a nice video. That's not a strategy. That's not a brand. That's just a piece of content. That's just a video, right? You need a plan and a strategy. So that's what we do behind the scenes, which is what you don't see on the content days. On the content day, the actual face-to-face day, that is literally all about taking photos, videos, and capturing as much content in a short space of time as possible that is in line with the strategy and the campaign that I built for them. Okay, a bit of a break here. So at the end of the video. So now over to you. What can you do? So some top tips with phone and DJI. So with the DJI, for example, I'm filming in landscape, and a top tip that I was given by a videographer was to film in D-Log and to film in D-Log because right now, as I look at myself recording, I'm doing it in landscape mode in selfie camera so I can see myself, just because if I don't do a selfie camera, then I can't really see if I've got the angle because there's no one standing behind, you know, showing me what I look like. So I do it in selfie mode, but I look grey. That's what happens when you film in D-Log. So I look grey right now. What my team will do is I'll give this to my team for editing. What they will do is they will color grade it. So they will draw the colors back out. Don't ask me. That's why I have a team. And that's the kind of stuff that you shouldn't be doing yourself. You should be delegating that because you should be working on your business and with your clients, not trying to figure out how to become a video editor because that's costing you money. So that's my top tip with the DJI. Now, if I was to record, I'm just going to turn the car off. Now, if I wanted to record in portrait mode, this allows me to do that as well, but I won't change the screen because it will just mess up my video. But if I wanted to just avoid like cutting the video and things like that and cropping it, I would just record it in portrait mode and then it's ready for my portrait content like stories or Instagram reels and things like that. Now, most of the time I film my content on my phone. Now I've got a really good phone that allows me to record in selfie and with the back cameras. The back cameras have actually got 5 cameras. Now, this is not an Apple, okay? This is not an Apple phone, and this is not an iPhone. Controversial, I know, because people are proper camera, like Apple. You're either Apple fan or you're not. I'm not. So this is, I've actually forgotten it's called a Galaxy S4 or 24 Ultra. That's my, that's my phone. And again, I literally record in portrait mode all the time. So this is more like my portrait phone, a camera. So not landscape unless I really need to for long content, but this is more portrait. This is like on the go. So you can have a content day all by yourself without recording with professional team. And I'm actually going to, in another video, if you click here, I'm actually going to reveal my content strategy for what I would do if I was on my own, recording clips from my phone from home without a camera crew. So I'm going to give that to you. So literally watch this next video because this video will show you how you can create in just 1 hour your entire month's content in just 1 hour. I'm going to reveal all that for you. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please give it a like and join me on the next video if you want to create your own personalized content creation day without all the hassle, without the aggro, just you, your phone. Really simple tactics, really simple techniques to get your month's content ready.